Further to the previous video I made about the problem with interface design, the way I just had a specific instance that annoyed me. The way that the filing system is represented and files are organized, and at which point they are organized and why, like according to their name, if they're presented in name order, for example. And it's unpredictable. And that's the problem with these guys tinkering with user interfaces. They make the things unpredictable. And there's nothing worse when you're using a tool than the thing being unpredictable. You have to have the tool you're using behaving the way you expect. These morons are faffing with something so much. Say, oh, it might do this, we want it to do this, we want to predict the users, and they end up producing an unusable tool, which you can't predict, you don't know why it's doing what it's doing, what the decision is that's been put in place in the program to make it do what it's doing, and it's changing all the time. It's a disaster. I can't understand how these fools don't understand these basic principles of design. Leave the thing alone. It's not difficult. Product designers have been doing this for at least a century. Probably, in fact, it's probably just one of the most basic principles of designing anything that humans have known for millennia. I bet the ancient Greeks, I bet the ancient Egyptians, I bet even people, early humans shaping sticks into spears, knew that there was a point beyond which you leave the thing alone. And yet these fools are just going blah 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 blah, ruining that which you had gotten used to using. If there was a guy hunting, an early human, right, hunter-gatherer guy, hunting with a spear that he had made from a stick that he had sharpened. If some other clown came along, grabbed his spear and started tinkering with it and messing with it, he'd be like, what the hell have you done to my spear? Ugh. I can't use this thing anymore because it's the balance is off. Oh, but I thought... And then he'd just slap the guy in the face and tell him, leave my spear alone. And that's what these idiots are doing with user interfaces. It's the most basic thing that humans have ever learned about design. Leave a man's tool alone. Don't think you know better. Only if he asks for some reason for it to be improved, improve it. Don't go, right, we're improving it and you'll just like it. It's the worst thing you can do with design. I studied product design myself, and those tenets, those principles are intrinsic to the whole philosophy of design. You've got to you have to let go of the product. Let it go. Leave it alone. Oh, but we can access it after we've issued it, and we can give updates. Leave it alone. Someone has to go into the offices of these people, pick their hands up off of the keyboard, gently get them to stand up out of their seats and walk them out of the office, because what they're doing is ruining user experience. Maybe it's a thing that geeky kind of people who usually end up writing software don't get about reality. They often, it seems to me that they're the kind of people who didn't do well socially at school or whatever, and they kind of became isolated and they don't understand the real world. So when they get this little shred of power, they go, oh, okay, I will do this, people will like this, people will and they don't understand people. And these morons are just sitting there tapping away or whatever they're doing, creating disaster after disaster because they have no idea about reality, about what real people want. Real people don't want things interfered with. They want control over what they're doing. And these people are just sitting there making mistake after mistake after mistake. And the morons who are managing them are thinking, oh, well, this guy's a bit of a nerd. He must know what he's doing. And they just encourage this nonsense. And then the philosophy of not listening to the customer anymore has crept in because this New World Order garbage, oh, we'll just do what we want. And the whole of everything's been ruined. This is what happened. This is what happens when you've got this accumulation of nonsensical stupidity creeping in. This is the same problem you have with a lot of socialistic tendencies. Oh, we have to look after everyone. It ends up being you have to control everyone. You try to reduce everyone to a lowest common denominator, treating everyone as though they're stupid, and everything fails. People end up in positions of authority and influence and technical application who shouldn't be, just because you think it would be nice, and nothing works. This is why feminism has crippled the modern world. Nothing works. It's all covered in cotton wool because it might be nice if it's like this madness. We have to evacuate all of this garbage from our world and our society. It is nonsense. I don't know. I mean that's what it is. This is the way the world is. It's nonsense produced by idiots. Nonsense produced by idiots. And it used to be different. It used to be things, really important advances made by intelligent people. But when you've got socialistic nonsense floating around, those people have to sit on their hands and watch idiocy occur, and they can't do anything about it. Nowadays in our society, you can't even speak your mind. How are you supposed to run anything if you can't speak your mind? So the captain of the ship is running you into the rocks, and you can see the rocks coming, and you can't tell them that the rocks are coming because you're not allowed to. And thus society goes down the pan because you have tried to obstruct people from speaking the truth. And that's the problem with this poisonous New World Order garbage. It's based upon lies. It's all hidden. In the past, the leader was clear and you could approach them and you knew with whom the buck stopped. And they were responsible. And those attributes are... That attribute is leadership, responsibility. These guys now, in a coven somewhere, plotting, they're not approachable, and they don't want to be approachable because they're lying. And if they were exposed for all the nastiness that they've committed, the nasty things that they've done, they would probably be lynched. The point is that we need to get control back out of the hands of these scumbags and put it in the hands of leaders. I would be one happily. I'm not out to try and lord it over people, but I do possess decency. And I think that is a very core piece of the puzzle of leadership. Strength of character, honesty, decency, courage, honour. These things are integral to leadership. Those are the people who people look up to and say, you know what, that's a decent leader. Yes, you end up with sometimes bad leaders who don't have character. We need leaders with good character. We need leaders with good character. We all know what's gone on. Alright, you'd have to be blind and stupid to not see what the hell has gone on in our land, in our countries, in the last 25 years, since these scumbags put in place their plan. And it's ruined everything. You can't trust anything, you can't believe in anything, and it's getting worse because they've got to cover up what they've done with more and more lies. And the more scared they get, the more lying appears. Honestly, probably the best thing to do is give these guys a golden handshake to just get out of the way. Protect them. Give them an exit. Give them an exit which doesn't end up with them getting lynched. And then we can move on, because the more they're afraid of getting lynched for what they've done, the worse they're going to get. Every time I start on one topic of a video, it ends up with this root, and this is how it works, because the root of all of these problems is the nefarious, negative, grabbing, grasping, evil, disgusting lying that's been put in place by this particular group of people who snidely have tried to take control of the world, and everyone can see it. It's not going to go away, and it has to be healed. It has to be fixed. Maybe at best we can say, okay, they made a mistake, they shouldn't have done it, we'll let them get out of it. Maybe they got caught up in something that they shouldn't have gotten caught up in, fine, we let them out of it. Okay, goodbye. And then we can get on with running the world properly, running our countries properly. Because these guys, they're so sick with what's happened, they're stuck in it, frankly. And we are suffering because of it. So in a way, I think ultimately we're probably going to have to give them an exit. And say, okay guys, just move out of the way, we'll forget it happened, we'll let it go into the past, and we'll recover. That to me is probably going to be the solution. Because I'm sick of this nonsense. I'm sick of making videos about this. I don't want to make any more videos. But this nonsense has to be exposed. And I don't anymore want it to be exposed so these people get their comeuppance. I just don't care anymore. They're idiots. They made a mistake. Okay, whatever. Just let them go. I'm just, honestly, let's just get on with things. There's so much I want to talk about. I mean, like, why are people rushing nowadays? What's the rush? This is another thing I've been thinking about. What is the rush nowadays? People, we need to get things done quickly. It's got to be more speed. It's got to be quick. Why? Is there a meteor that's about to destroy the planet that we need to run away from? No. There's no need to rush. Ever. Unless there's some sort of emergency. I don't see any emergency. Life is continuing. It has always continued. As far as I can see, there's no great drama. So why are people obsessed with speed? We've got to do this, we've got to do that. There's literally no need. There's no need for all this rushing. It's weird watching people develop supposed systems and advancements to help people do things quickly. What's the rush? Literally stop and think for 5 minutes and ask yourself, what is the rush? And there's no rush. There's literally no rush. Literally no rush. It doesn't exist. There's no rush for humanity to do anything. We can chill. We really can chill. There's no rush. Where are we rushing? Where are we going? Nowhere. We're stuck on a rock in the middle of space. We got time on our hands. It took millions of years, depending on your beliefs, to get us to where we are. Even if it's whatever your beliefs, it took a long time. There's no rush. And we're running around rushing all the time. It's pointless. I mean, it's exciting now and then to do things quickly, I suppose. Thrilling, but generally there's just no rush. And I think, it's helped me to realise that. It's just no rush. A lot of the things that, like the internet now. People are like, oh, it's super fast, blah, 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 blah. So, how fast do you need things to be? How fast do you need things to be? To be happy, to be satisfied. Oh, I need it immediately. No one needs things immediately. It doesn't make any sense to have things immediately. It takes actually the joy out. It actually takes the joy out of a lot of things to have them immediately. A little bit of waiting is good for you. Anyways, whatever.